There's a critical part of our home's safety that we almost never think about, mostly because it's hidden behind our walls. I'm talking about the electrical system. Today, we're going to take a look at how a local company right here in Dallas-Fort Worth, AT Electric, tackles this. Their whole focus is on making homes safer, so let's dive in.
So let me ask you this. Ever been sitting on the couch and the lights just flicker for no good reason? Or maybe you feel like you're making that trip to the breaker box almost daily. Listen, those things are not just little quirks your house has. They're signals. They're basically your home trying to tell you, hey, something's not right back here, and it might be time to pay attention.
And that really gets to the heart of what AT Electric is all about. For these guys, it's not just about connecting wires or fixing an outlet. It's a mission, and that mission is all about safety, the well-being of the families they're serving. It's really about understanding the why behind every single job.
I mean, this mission statement really cuts right to the chase, doesn't it? The key words here are safety and efficiency. It's not just about getting the lights back on, it's about making sure the power is delivered safely and that the fix is going to last. They're looking for long-term, reliable solutions.
And that personal commitment, that makes total sense when you find out they're a family-owned and operated business and have been since 2019. This isn't some giant, faceless corporation. We're talking about your neighbors. They bring that personal touch because they get that behind every wall plate is a family just like theirs who needs power they can count on.
Okay, so that leads us to the big question every homeowner has. How do you build trust? I mean, you're literally letting someone work on the veins of your home. Well, for AT Electric, it really boils down to a few core promises, a few key pillars.
And pillar number one is experience. Look at that number, over 25 years. That's not just time spent on the job. That's a quarter century of diagnosing every weird electrical problem you can imagine, from 100-year-old wiring to the crazy demands of a new smart home. That kind of hands-on experience is absolutely crucial. And here are the other pillars, their promise to you. You can see it's a mix of things, right? You've got the practical stuff, like free quotes and honest pricing, no surprises. Then there's the service side, fast, friendly, and personal. But look at that first one, safety first always. That's the foundation everything else is built on. So, what does this all look like in practice? Let's be real, our homes today are power hungry. We've got smart fridges, multiple TVs, computers, and now a lot of us are plugging in our cars. So let's see how they're providing real solutions for today's families. Let's start with the heart of it all, your electrical panel. An old panel, like the one described here, isn't just a nuisance that keeps tripping. It's a genuine risk. It just wasn't built to handle all our modern gadgets, and that can lead to a potential fire hazard. So an upgrade isn't a luxury. It's about safety, it's about getting reliable power, and it's about protecting all that expensive tech you have plugged in. And their services really cover all the bases you need for a safe, modern home. They'll handle circuit repairs to stop those damaging power surges. They do indoor and outdoor lighting, which is huge for security and just making your place look great. A big one is whole home surge protection to guard every single electronic device. And yep, they're ready for the future, installing EV chargers safely and properly.
But look, any company can make promises, right? The real proof, the thing that really tells the story, is what actual customers have to say. This is where you see if those promises hold up in the real world. So let's hear from some people in the community.
Michael's review here really highlights how responsive they are. He had a problem, and they were there, same day. When you've got an electrical issue, that combination of speed and professionalism is everything. Wow, Susanna's review, this one really gets to the character of the company. She uses the words, legitimately cares. That's huge. She felt they weren't just there to do a job, but to actually help her, making it affordable and quick. That turns a super stressful situation into a great experience.
And Danny's comment here shows you that this attitude comes from the very top. He's shouting out the owner, Al, for being friendly, knowing his stuff inside and out, and going that extra mile. And then he adds that the bill was fair on top of it all. That's how you build real, lasting trust.
So you're probably wondering, where do these guys operate? Well, while they cover a pretty wide area, at their heart, AT Electric is a local, community-first business. Their home base is right there in Mansfield, Texas, so they're not just some company that drives into your neighborhood, they are a part of the community. They're your neighbors. But even with their roots firmly planted in Mansfield, they serve a huge chunk of the DFW Metroplex. As you can see, they're in major spots like Arlington and Fort Worth, plus Grand Prairie, Burleson, Cedar Hill, Kennedale, and a bunch of other communities all around. So their help is accessible to a ton of homeowners. And for anyone who's thinking they might need a hand, here's all the info.
You've got the phone number and email right there to get a free estimate, plus their hours and address. Pretty straightforward.
So, we'll just leave you with this final thought. We spend so much time thinking about the safety we can see, the locks on our doors, the smoke detectors. But what about the safety system that's completely hidden? It really makes you stop and ask yourself, is my home's foundation, its electrical foundation, truly secure?